Okay, so this was the easy part. This is actually the 4B sample problem. And, you know, as we know, every single time that we say that was easy in physics, it means it's about to get not easy. Yeah. Okay, so I have a chinchilla with a mass. So mass of chinchilla. This is a honkin' fat chinchilla. This is like a 4.5 kilogram chinchilla. This is like the fattest chinchilla you've ever seen. 4.5 kilogram chinchilla. Now, if this chinchilla was just hanging out there in space, you would know how to figure out force of tension on this chinchilla, right? So let's do scenario 1, and then we're going to change the scenario to look at how it changes. So scenario 1, chinchilla chillin'.
Wait, what's the circle thing?
The chinchilla.
Oh.
So scenario 1, the chinchilla is just chilling out, hanging out on its little cable in its harness because it likes to do that. So what is the force of tension? Chinchilla. I spelled that bad. It's, yeah. Chinchilla. There might be another H there. I don't know. I didn't have chinchillas. I don't have to know how to spell it. There. Is that better? Okay, so what's the force of tension on the cable if the chinchilla is chilling? Where do we start? We always start with the force of tension. Never mind. Is there any lateral motion? Does the chinchilla have any side-to-side swing? Nope. Chinchilla's chilling. Totally stationary. So we know sum of forces on the x equals 0. We don't have to do anything with that, but it's nice to just mention it. Sum of forces on the y. The chinchilla is not dropping towards the ground. The chinchilla is not being pulled up into the rafters. Chinchilla's chilling, so we have a sum of forces on the y of 0. Great. So sum of forces on the y is all the forces up minus all the forces down. Force up is force of tension minus force of gravity. Force of tension minus, mass gravity equals 0. So they're equal and opposite. So force of tension equals 4.5 kilograms times 9.81 meters per second squared. Okay, force of tension 44.145. We get what? 2 sig figs? Yes, 2 sig figs. So just 44 newtons. Yeah, so 44 newtons is the force of tension. Yeah, and that's the same as the force of gravity on it. All right, now let's look at what happens if we're going to pull this chinchilla up into the rafters. A chinchilla can't just chill forever. Not in this classroom, it can't. So there's our chinchilla. They have big ears. So we've got a force of tension upwards. We have a force of tension of gravity downwards. And now the chinchilla is being accelerated.
I hate this chinchilla and I hope it falls off of the rafters.
The chinchilla doesn't hate you. This chinchilla is being accelerated upwards. Chinny, we'll call it Chinny. Sure. Chinny is...
Can you zoom out again? Is it the same
Yeah.
thing?
Okay, so we're accelerating the chinchilla upwards at 1.5 meters per second squared. What is the force of tension on that cable now? Because it's not the same. So when we always start with sum of forces, so sum of forces on the x, still 0. We don't have to worry about it. Done. Sum of forces on the y, however, is not equal to 0. Because it's being accelerated, right? Because we're saying, every single time that we've gone through and said, oh, is this thing accelerating upwards or downwards? No, then the sum of forces on that axis is 0. Well, we can't say no anymore. So the sum of forces on the y is equal to the mass of the chinchilla times the chinchilla's upward acceleration. And the sum of forces on the y is also equal to still all the forces up minus all the forces down. That part didn't change. Okay, so sum of forces on the y. Well, we now have force of tension still, and we still have force of gravity.
Force of gravity is still negative.
Force of gravity is still mass times gravity. So 4 point. That didn't change. But here's what did change. So I'm going to shrink some of this text so we can move stuff up. Poor little Chinny. Will Chinny ever be the same? Probably not. Okay. So what we're saying is that the mass times the acceleration equals force of tension minus mass gravity. Because Fg is mass gravity. Now, here's the thing. We've always been saying this. It just used to be that the acceleration was 0, so we were saying it was equal to 0, and we can't say that anymore. So if we're solving for force of tension, now what we have is mass times the acceleration plus mass gravity equals the force of tension on the cable.
Why?
Because we have to pull on that cable. So just having 44 newtons of force on the cable allows us to overcome gravity and just hold the chinchilla in a stable position. But now we need to apply more force to get it to move upwards, to accelerate upwards. And let's discuss the algebra. Is there any way that we can make this a little bit easier on ourselves and do fewer actual steps? Sure, we can factor out an m. So we could do m times a plus g equals force of tension. So 4.5 kilograms times 1.5 plus 9.81 meters per second squared equals our force of tension. Okay, so what we can see is just that accelerating the chinchilla upwards is going to require more force of tension on the cable than just holding the chinchilla at stasis. You know this intuitively. This is like the conversation we had yesterday about braking distance. Like, you know intuitively how much inertia your vehicle has. If you're accustomed to your vehicle, you know how to press the brake smoothly so that you're not jamming it on at the last minute. You know intuitively that if you're just holding something out there in space on a cable versus getting it to accelerate upwards, it takes more force to accelerate it upwards. You know this. You know this. So, with that, the book problems, all of them, I already copied the worksheet, but you're not going to want to look at that today. But I would very much get started on these. The key is doing a whole lot of MA equals the sum of forces. That's it.